And what is going on,
That is so
everybody?
freaking cool.
I
That
know.
is.
What is going on,
Love it.
everybody? My name is Brad Shaw. Welcome to a brand new episode of Crush This, a Monster Truck podcast. And welcome to the new look. I know we teased it a little bit last week when I did kind of a test stream, but now we have Cheech back with us on this side. We have Mr. Justin Perkins, driver of Backdraft, with us. Guys, before we get going, let me know if you guys can hear all of us. This is still so new to me with this program. Let me know if you guys can hear all of us. But Cheech, what do you think? I never tell you kind of what my plans are for the look of the show. What do you think?
I like it. Like I already made one suggestion, and we're already doing it. We're already gonna plan on doing it. I'm gonna try to get a hold of Army Armstrong, and we're gonna rock out with the Monster Truck Madness 2 going on, and do a different intro. Maybe one day we'll have Roller Coaster Tycoon in the background.
Yeah.
Nostalgia. We needed a change. And to be honest with you, Brad can attest to it. I was getting a little bit burned out, but the burnout part wasn't really this program. The burnout part was I was having people saying yes to the program and then they dropped off the last second. So instead of me, I would have to find someone or some who to fill in the void. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I know that's the nature of the beast, but sometimes you just gotta step back and take a breather and collect your thoughts. And me and Brad had a huge talk, a huge as in what can we do to step back and collect everything. And me and him picked our brains, and he said it was actually Brad's idea, saying let's step back a little bit. And I have some ideas that I'm gonna pull, and we'll go from there. Um, so all the videos and stuff like that we normally start off with the commercials and the intros. We're gonna work on that. Once again, thank you to everyone that has helped out with us, like Back Channel Productions and MTRC. We'll get all that going on too. Thanks to the Monster Truck Attitude also for their help too. But um, we're going to slow down a little bit with the help, and we're going to probably look for some help that will help us financially. We still have our t-shirt stuff, so go check a look at that. Now, people are wondering about past episodes. You could still go to Crush This on YouTube. Even though this is on our vlog channel, on our other channel, you could still go back and go and watch the previous episodes and stuff like that. Even though on Facebook they deleted some of the episodes and stuff like that, but you can go on YouTube and watch some of it. We're gonna get back and we're gonna start doing some one-on-one interviews. We have a couple shows that we're gonna be going to. I think Brad in the next couple weeks is going to Edmonton. We're gonna try to knock out some Canadian guys. That sounded so weird. Timeout. Not knockout. Interviewed. Let's go with that.
They get it.
Yeah. Interview with a couple of the Canadian boys, and then I'm gonna do some one-on-ones here. Try to get Nick Pag, some of the Kohler guys, and maybe Deal Wilson. And then we're gonna put that on YouTube, and then we're gonna also put that on audio. So we're gonna release it on a Tuesday, but it's not gonna be live. So it's probably gonna be a video uploaded on YouTube, and the podcast will probably be in the morning of Tuesday.
Yep.
We're gonna try to knock that out. I still do my vlogs, POV. I got the meta glasses, so I'm gonna do some of that stuff, and some GoPro footage. I released a video today with a couple of us, me doing a car crash in Enterprise, Alabama. If anyone knows where Enterprise, Alabama is, it's about 50 miles north of Panama Beach, Florida. So,
The home of the last WCW Nitro.
Yep. And which is, I didn't know about that. If I knew about the city being that close, I was gonna hit up there and then take another picture because I was at the Mall of America a year prior. So I would have been at the beginning and the end of WCW Nitro, because the very first Nitro was at the Mall of America.
Yep.
So when you talk about that, I was like, oh crap, I could have went there, but whatever, next time. And then I had Mark's freestyle Saturday night at Bloomsburg and Kurt's Sunday at Bloomsburg too as a video package, just to watch, have fun. So go like, share, subscribe that on my MT / Dan Agosh 28 YouTube channel and stuff like that. So we got a big schedule. Finally, I got like a mini full schedule here in the next couple weeks.
Yeah, buddy.
My boy here, Justin's gonna help crew at the Connersville, the Fayette County Fair. The legendary band, the Clarks, put down the song called "Cigarette." Put down Spotify.
Yep.
The Fayette County Fair. My boy here helps me out at Bloomsburg too, but it was a little last second with the Bloomsburg trying to figure out lineups, but I ain't gonna get in detail of that scenario, so I'm getting out of that trouble. But anywho, I got this weekend, me and Kurt are gonna be racing in LaSalle, Illinois for I think the last show for the Monster Truck Outlaw Tour.
Yep.
That weekend. It's us, Brooke and Nick. So Team Shake and Bake for Tom Ford Motorsports. And then Kurt goes with Mark to Painesville, Ohio. Actually, let me rephrase that because I gotta go back. We have the Champaign County Fair that Wednesday. I think it's me, Kurt, Mark, Colton Kaiser against the grain. I believe it's either Brandon or Alan Pizzo, and they may be bringing the trike.
Nice.
So a show there. I gotta load up based off of everything and head to West Lebanon, New York, for the West Leb show that Friday and Saturday. Then then Kurt and Mark will be in Painesville, Ohio for an Allison Turner show, and I think they're having Culture Shock. What's Culture Shock's teammate?
Crime Time.
Brittany. Crime Time.
Brittany, yep.
Yep. Culture Shock. Yeah, I can't talk. Crime Time. Raminator. Redemption. Oh yeah, I forgot Allison has a truck. War Wizard. And they're at Painesville, Ohio. And Kurt will meet up with me at Connersville. What's the right name? It's Connersville. I say the Fayette County Fair.
Connersville. Yep.
And then it's gonna be me and Kurt with Chris Kohler and Joe Foley and Cliff with the Virginia Giant. So it's gonna be a Raminator, Redemption, Mayhem. I believe it's gonna be either Axe or Avenger. I think it's gonna be Avenger. And Virginia Giant. And then we're going to kick it down a notch. But then we're cutting to Carlisle, Pennsylvania. And we're doing the All Truck Nationals there. It's just me and Kurt. But Deal Wilson and the Virginia Giant Ride Truck will be there. And then, so that's what's going on in the next 10, 12, 15 days. A little nonstop action. And then we'll head over to do some Crush Zone for Caden Berry. And do some shows there. But that is the update with Hall Brothers Racing. And then we're also going to do some state fairs too. I believe we're doing the Iowa State Fair, the Minnesota State Fair, Oklahoma State Fair, and Texas State Fair. If anyone knows about Texas State Fair, that's 28 days.
That's
the biggest freaking 28 days for the Texas State Fair. Oklahoma and the rest of them are 10. Iowa, if you could think of something that could be fried, they will fry it.
They'll even fry Kool-Aid.
Yeah, but the cool thing about Iowa State Fair is Knoxville is about 45 minutes away from there. So I'm going to try to get to the first night at the Knoxville Nationals.
Hell yeah.
And watch that.
Nice.
Try to hit that up and go from there. But yeah, we got some cool things lining up for us and go from there. But that is what's going on. But I think, Brad, you said you're going to a show here in the next couple weeks.
Yeah. Next month, heading up to Edmonton, good old Edmonton, Alberta. And going to go to Rad Torque Raceway and watch the Monster Truck Throwdown action. Elliot's bringing the Throwdown show back up there. And that same weekend, actually, I'll be going to the Friday show and possibly the Sunday show. But the Saturday night, I'm going to go to WWE. My wife has never been to a live event before. It's just a house show, but
some of those house shows are pretty good.
Oh yeah, one of the best matches I've seen was on a house show, And then I'm hoping, and if everything works out financially wise, I'll be heading to Edmonton again the weekend after to go help out the Team Throttle Boys, Tim and all them out at the Monster Jam show. So 2 shows within a span of a week, but just depending on finances, waiting for my student loans to come in for my next semester of college. But, I just wanted to say thank you guys for sticking by us. I know we were gone for a while, but like Cheech said, we needed to reset, and we wanted to come back with a new look and a new attitude in doing this. And I'll say this.
Same old crap, different day. We're the same.
Yeah, we're the same.
We're the same bozos.
But when I go back for this next semester of college, I don't have to stop doing the podcast. How my schedule works out, I'll still be able to do this. So you guys will get more of the Canucker. And I'll be doing some gaming streams. With this new software, like you seen last week, I'm able to do some gaming. So might play some World of Outlaws, might play some BeamNG, who knows? But we're just going to hang out. But enough of that. Let's get to our guest here. Oh, I guess it's hard to hear me. Let me just turn up my gain on my mic. Is that better? Testing.
I had no trouble with you.
Okay.
Yeah, I heard you.
Well, I have the chat here. We got a bunch of people in the chat.
The only thing I would say is, can you adjust Justin's volume? Because I know you're running a phone, aren't you, Justin?
Yeah.
Okay, let me see here.
I don't know if you can adjust his volume to go up just a tad bit.
Let me see. How's that? Better? Talk, Justin?
Yep. Test.
Okay. Yep.
Again, guys, this is all new, so there's going to be some technical stuff. But before we get in, we have a couple of people here in the chat that I can see. We got Jordan Sluka. He says hashtag Justin Perkins. We can hear. Josh Millerin's here. Josh Black. Josh Miller. A lot of Joshes. All
the J's.
All the J's. John
National Josh Day.
We have John Seasock. He says, "Hey guys, hey Justin, proud of you." We got a good old Bucket is in here. See you in West Leb. Sean, do it for Jimmy. My buddy Brett, aka Chevy, use your Discord to voice Brett. Shut up, Chevy. West Leb. Kyle Knickerbocker's in here. But hopefully the audio is good, guys. Let me know, and I'll just keep monitoring the chat. But Justin, welcome to the show. It's awesome to have you on here. Let's get into how you kind of got into the wacky world of monster trucks.
Yeah, for sure. Thanks for having me, guys, for sure. So it's kind of a story, but we got some time, so let's tell it. So it was actually at the local Connersville show. This would have been, I don't know, maybe 2000, 2001, something like that. Pat Suman was there with Thrasher. He was there with Thrasher. He ended up slinging a drive shaft. And we were in the pits kind of hanging out. And he slung the drive shaft, needed the drive shaft fixed. And didn't really know where to take it. My dad was a GM mechanic for quite some years. And he knew a drive shaft shop up there in Uniontown, which is close to Connersville. My dad ended up taking that drive shaft up there. They got it fixed for Pat. Brought it back for Pat. Pat got it all good. Finished the show. And John Seasock was there in sudden impact. Ended up doing the show. And I think John had some transmission troubles. Tried loading in the trailer. And needed some help swapping the transmission. My dad happened to be there. And they swapped that transmission right there. And I remember being a young kid, in the back of my family car, just sitting there watching them do it and just being so amazed by what was going on. And in the meantime, we were walking around, and Dan Runney was there. Jim Kramer was there. And it was funny, Jim Kramer called me over. He said, "Hey, bud, come over here, and you want some stickers or some swag or some hero cards?" And I was like half asleep at the time, and I didn't even think about it. And I was like, "No, I'm good. And my dad's like, "You better go ahead and get you some of that stuff. That's going to be, that's awesome coming from Jim, such a legend in this industry, and Dan being there." And I remember Dan wanting to sign it, and he really couldn't hear what I was saying, and because it was loud and all that stuff going on. And I still have it to this day, signed by Dan. He signed Justin with a D, so he put Dustin on there, and I still have it to this day. But fast forward years later. We still hung out with John and Andy Slifko at the time, and we would always go up there, hang out when they'd come in town. They'd call my dad, they'd call us, we'd go help. And I was still young at the time. And for every summer, we would swap a week at each other's houses. I would go up to the house with Jed and Jeremy Slifko and ride quads. And they'd come down here for a week and ride. Well, of course, Jeremy wouldn't. He was always on the road with Andy. But the older brother Jed would come down and they'd come riding. And we would just always stay in touch with one another. We'd go down to Pittsburgh and stay at the Marriott down there and stay for the whole Pittsburgh show, which would have been Civic Arena at the time, which converted over to Mellon Arena, and which is the PBG Paints Arena as we know it now. But we'd always stay in touch with them guys, and then when John ended up going with Feld, and we stuck around the Slifkos, and we stuck around them all until they sold the trucks to the owners now. Where am I at here? So that's the timeline. It's a long
now
time.
2013 now.
Yes. So they sold the trucks, and just kind of got out of it, and really just life gets in the way, jobs and everything else, and well, I would always stay in touch with Bucket. Bucket would always holler at me and see what I was up to and just check in on me as I would him. And him and JR was doing a show. This is when Bucket was in Aftershock, and when they were working for Donnie, and JR was in playing hooky. And this was in Butler at an Overdrive show. I went up there, I helped them. And it brought me back, man, if that makes any sense. You know what I mean? Like, you get out of it for some time and you get back into it. It brings life back into you. You know what I mean? It's like,
they call it the bug.
I'm telling you, man, it's once it's there, it's hard to get rid of. It really is. And I was hooked. I was hooked again. It was a 10-year break from it. And or however long it was, and man, I just got hooked again. And me and Bucket stayed in touch, and that's when Bucket got the call to go drive Backdraft in Toledo, and John got the call to go drive Muddy Girl. And I went up, I stayed with them, and crewed for them all weekend, and John ended up rolling Muddy over and needed some work, and I slung the planetary apart right there, and Paul Craighead was giving me a hand, and we was all thrashing on that thing. 5 minutes before pit party, we got that thing put back together. And Cheech, and you got, Brad, you too, you guys know that's pretty much the name of the game. You sling wrenches until the time the show starts, And we ended up. Oh, and then so that show happened. We fixed the trucks. So a week later, Bucket asked me to come up to the shop, which was in Airville, and asked me to come up and help with the trucks. So I was like, I don't know. I got stuff going on. I don't know, but I wanted to. I was trying to play it cool, but went up there, help work on the trucks because Ann and Paul wanted to know who was slinging wrenches on their trucks all weekend, and they wanted to meet me, and told Bucket to invite me up, and went up there to the shop all weekend, and Paul and Ann. It was like. We just gelled, man. We just gelled so good. They treated me so good off the bat. And, we were all hanging out at the shop at nighttime, and she kind of looks at me, and Ann goes, well, what do you think about driving? Well, I'm kind of like trying to play it cool. I'm like, oh, I don't know. I'd like to, but we'll see. And she's like, well, what about if we put you in the ride truck and see how you feel and see how you like it? And, we'll go from there. And I think it was 2 weeks later, I was in the ride truck, and it was just, there were some bumps and, whatever. You don't pick it up, but got in the ride truck, drove it around, and I was like, man, this is, and it's weird, being in a stage 1 truck and being in a race truck now, it gives you, you got to give your hats off. I know I'm kind of steering away, but you got to give your hats off to the guys that started this whole thing.
Yep.
You really.
It's okay. This whole podcast goes a different direction, so you can talk your way right now. Like my first ever time I crushed cars wasn't a modern day race truck. It was the Raminator ride truck. We were
Oh
at
my goodness.
Minnesota. We were at the Minnesota Auto Show, and the cars were already worked up. Kurt there, he did maybe 4 or 5 different car crushes that day, and we came around, and it was gonna be my test day for that event anyway. It was like before the main person that was doing the event was Kurt. So I was gonna be doing the auto show wasn't open until like maybe 11, 12 o'clock lunchtime type deal. And so I was scheduled like around 9 to test the race truck, number 11. Now it's retired. But Tim goes and he goes, "Get in the ride truck." And I was like, "What?" And we had the history of the ride truck. So a lot of the East Coast guys like Nick Davis and all them love it because it was a monster truck called Pure Energy from Hagerstown, Maryland. It was a green Ford F-250 back in 1992 Ford F-250. Back in the day. Then it got bought by a guy in Indiana. It was called the Auto Modeler, and then the Hall brothers bought it afterwards, like in 02. They converted it to, and it was already a ride truck, but they converted it to a Ram truck and stuff like that. Put a 440 in it. So he wanted to see how I would go with, squaring up with the cars. And not getting twisted, I did not like jump or anything like that. Because it was 2 opens on the front, but I crawled over the cars, but it was still a bumpy ride.
Yeah.
It was a terrible ride.
You get out of that thing thinking, what am I doing? What am I getting myself into?
And then I'm thinking back and I'm thinking about guys in, regular Chevy bench seats or a Ford bench seat with a kidney belt.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
I mean,
so when you were talking about that, made me realize it's like, I totally agree with you. It's like, I'm thinking back going, holy cow. I got an invite by the Big Pete guys over there in England. So
yes,
I'm gonna ride with Mike when he's driving Big Pete.
Yep.
And my kidneys are gonna hate me.
Yes.
But I'm gonna try to do that. But anyway, yeah, Justin, I 100% agree with you. Everything like that. Just thinking back and seeing what these guys do.
I mean, Jim hanging out the window, eyeing up the cars. I mean, that's why. I mean, yeah.
I remember when I drove Don Frankish's Jurassic Attack ride truck, and it's more of like a modern kind of stage 1 truck, but even just in a field, like I could feel how bumpy that thing was, and like the balls on the side, the size of the balls on these guys like Jim Kramer and all these guys that drove stage 1 trucks, arm out the window, just hanging on for dear life. Like these guys are made of steel.
That's what I'm saying. And like friends like Vaughters. I mean, I remember watching him, hanging out the window and he's still doing it. I mean, you gotta give credit when it's due, man. And
Dennis and Charlie.
I mean, come on.
Yeah. I mean, Dennis and Gravedigger and Charlie and Excalibur, and you can test by Bigfoot too. Most of those guys were jumping over cars and landing with the suspension, like Scott Hess and all them. I mean,
and Gary Porter at Louisville taking that thing over, nosing it up, and then walking it on. I mean,
well, you look at the RC behind you, Rambo.
Yeah, Rambo.
Exactly.
Like you look at the shit they did in the Thunder National Series. Like, my God,
concrete.
Like it's insane what those guys did.
What's impressive is how he ran that style of truck until like the 2000s.
Yes,
that Leafer.
Yes.
It's different. The Rambo truck's different than the Liquidator and Excalibur, where they use leaf springs as a form of suspension, but they still had a nitrogen shock on the truck.
Yes.
Rambo, no, it was leaf springs and regular Trailmaster shocks, and Bill Weaver Jr. drove that son of a gun like it was going out of hell.
No, it was.
And, when I was looking at pictures to get the graphics done on that thing, and I was pulling up old pictures trying to see, where they laid out and how they fit the body good. And, I was looking at that thing and I was like, man, you just pause. You pause and you're like, I cannot believe these guys. I mean, I mean, you just got to give credit where it's due, man.
But the cool thing is, not off topic, but the thing is with ride trucks though, is a wonderful teaching tool for anyone to learn about driving a monster truck. The
rear
speed,
steer. I mean, you learn.
yeah,
Rear
the
steer.
speed and the power of a truck. You'll find that out when you get to a race truck. But
Yes.
like you said, the rear steer, a lot of those old school ride trucks don't have self-center. So you got to learn how to do it yourself.
Yeah. Ours does, but I know what you're saying, and yeah, you get in that thing. The first time I was in the ride truck, felt like I was going 100 miles an hour. You know what I mean? It's like you're doing something. You see a video and you're like, man, I was barely moving. But get back to where we was going. They put me in a ride truck and put me in a ride truck, and it was, I forget where we were. It was at a Steve Perry show in New York. I think it was Ramsonville. I'm not sure. Can't remember. But anyway, went and did that and got out of there, and they was like, you know what? Because it all came natural, and honestly, it came down to me driving. I drive. My day job is I drive lowboy and triaxle and all that stuff.
Oh, I
So
don't know. Are you still there, Cheech?
Yeah, be right back.
Okay. I'll mute him. So yeah, you're talking about you're with your day job.
Yep. So yeah. So I kind of had the feeling of all that. You know what I mean? You kind of get an awareness of everything, and they said, you know what? Let's put you in a race truck. And I went down to my first show was in Lebanon, Tennessee, at Wilson County. No, it was Wilson County Fairgrounds, I believe it was, in Tennessee. And I know I'm going to go off topic again, but man, that place for food is phenomenal. If anyone ever gets a chance to go, I highly suggest you go. I mean, that fair was huge, but we put me in the race truck down there, and it was for Michael Harper at Monster Wars. And the first time I went out, I was like, man, you're really thinking, like, man, what are you getting yourself into? You're strapped into that thing, national anthem's playing, and butterflies are just going. And went out, did racing. I was trying to get the whereabouts of what was all going on, my first show and everything else, and ended up getting done with racing, and the rear steer solenoid ended up taking a crap on us. So I did my first freestyle with no rear steer. Thank goodness it was a bigger floor, you know what I mean? And you know what? I was like, you know what? This is the time we're gonna find out if this is the real deal, if this is where I want to go, and if I could do it. And he had a center hit out there. I remember coming around and lining up for that thing. I flat-footed it, and I went up in the air, and I'm like, you go up in the air, and you think you're like, oh my God, I'm gonna die, and you land, and it's like, I wouldn't say it doesn't tickle, but it's surprising on how good it does land. And here we are now. This is my first. I did a few shows last year with them in Backdraft, and this was my first full year behind the wheel with them guys. And I just can't thank Paul and Ann enough for sticking with me and letting me make changes. Because Cheech knows. I mean, the shocks on them things is 90% of your game, you know what I mean? And we messed with them things, and they let me try different things with the shocks, and I'm super comfortable in the truck now. And I just can't thank, Paul and Ann enough for giving an opportunity, and Ty Jr. always helping me and he's still around, you know what I mean? Me and him did a show in Allentown a couple weeks ago, and but I really appreciate them letting me do this and pretty much live out a dream, you know what I mean? And my first show this year was in Texas for Michael Harper, and I drove Muddy Girl, which essentially was the old Eradicator. And it's funny, I got a picture of me when I was probably 14 years old up in the cab of Eradicator at Pittsburgh, with my hand out the window giving a thumbs up. And it's kind of a pinch me moment, because here we are, how long later, and I'm driving the truck, you know what I mean? And it's wild, man. It's really wild. It's yeah. I mean,
It's so cool for me hearing like your reactions and other reactions to your guys' first time driving a truck, because that's still the dream for me. That's still like, I still want to strap into a race truck at one time in my life. I've gotten to do the ride truck. But one thing I find really cool with what you're talking about, your history with the Slipco's. Now you're driving trucks, with the Muddy Girl. When you were in Muddy Girl, that used to be the old Eradicator. You're driving Backdraft with your history with the Slipco's. How cool is that for you that you're driving, Backdraft, a truck that Jeremy Slivko drove? Rick Disharoon started the name. Like, what's that like for you? Continuing on that legacy and your connection with the Slivco's.
Dude, it's wild. You know what I mean? Like it's crazy, however long ago I was touching the same bolts that I'm touching today. You know what I mean? And it's so crazy, And then the first time I seen Backdraft and how long, well, it was, this current chassis, not the other chassis that had the single cab Ram on it. But and the first thing I seen was when I looked up in the cab, the seat pan had the kid on it. And it was laser engraved, and that was Jeremy's seat pan. It was still in that truck, and it's wild, man. It is. I mean, it's wild. It really is. It really is.
Now, with that truck too, you're driving a unique truck in general. I mean, the only other truck that has that type of, I would say, cab would be Lumberjack over there with Witchenbach. Even though yours is international, his is a GMC Kodiak, logger truck, but still, I mean, it's a semi working. I don't count the Lucas Oil truck because that's a semi type esque, but yours guys are like working class type cabs. Yep. So that chassis of yours, for instance, the one that's behind you, especially made for that type of body. I always ask this for different people. I ask this for RJ when he drives a War Wizard, because you guys are driving trucks that are not the typical pickup truck body.
Yes.
So visually, it looks like you're pretty up with that truck. It looks like you're pretty up there. Like the seat seems high up, and I feel like visually you have a good clearance from the nose down to actually see pretty closely your obstacle before you go see the kick panel. Correct me if I'm wrong on that. How is the visual in driving Backdraft when you're coming up to obstacle?
Buddy, you couldn't have said it any better. I mean, I was so used to Backdraft. I mean, you're looking straight out. It feels like you're in a pickup truck. And I am sitting higher, and then the new seat pan that they got me made, I'm sitting more forward now. So I mean, I'm dead on. I point for the center of the car, center of the hood, and just flat footed. And
how many feet do you know? How much feet do you know when you start missing like the blind spot of Backdraft? Like for instance, my truck, number 9 with Raminator, I have 10 feet. Then within 5 feet, I'll see the cars through my kick panel, and then I hit the obstacle.
Honestly, man, I'm gonna say I could see them things all the way up to 5 feet before that. I mean, honestly, I could see so good before I look down. I mean, I know where that truck is. The visual in that thing is amazing. And the first time I got in Muddy Girl, which we had the Sheriff body on it, which is a Chevy Silverado, I got in that thing and I'm like, I cannot see nothing out of this truck. Going from Backdraft to that body, I mean, you learn to drive out the floor very fast. Very fast. And I'm assuming it's probably the same with the Ram and everything, but Backdraft, you could see so good out of it. So good.
Now, I want to ask you guys, like, how important is that for when you're driving? Because, like, I don't have any sense of that, because the only thing I drive Monster Truck-wise is virtual, and that doesn't matter. But, like, how important is your visibility? Because you're strapped in there. You can't hardly move your neck. How is that visibility of seeing from the front? Like, how important is that for you guys?
For me, it's seat placement. Where you put your seat at and where you're comfortable, we're seeing that is important first to see where you're visually going. For me, even though I have a 10-foot, a little bit of a 10-foot blind spot with the truck, I still could see over the hood and my obstacle pretty good, because I also have the nose a little slope on the front end. It curves on the front end. But I still, like what Justin said, I still drive a little bit on the floorboard. I don't stare at it. I glance, kind of that maybe 5 to 2 seconds before impact. When I say impact, hitting the ramp or hitting the obstacle or the cars itself. Basically just getting that quick moment of knowing if I'm square. By that time, as soon as I don't see the obstacle, it's already commitment mode.
You're already in it. You're already there.
Yeah, I can't back out. One, I'll look stupid and I'll look like a dweeb. Two, I can hurt myself or hurt the truck if I question myself that last second on impact. So by that time, we're already green. We're already going to do it. I just got to check where I'm at. And if it's square, that's cool. If not, well, it's cool.
We're fixing sway bars.
Yeah. But yeah, it's the visual. Like he said, I have to drive a little bit on the floor, but mostly it's, I try to look over the windshield. How about you, Justin?
Same thing. I mean, and I noticed too, like the more that you drive it, you have a very spatial awareness about the truck. You pretty much get a feel. And you know, you drive it long. The longer you drive it, the better the feel is. But yeah, like Cheech was saying, pretty much the same thing. I point at the hood, and I'm kind of pretty much where I know where I'm going. And probably 5 feet before that, I just take a glance to make sure I am square. Being square is probably one of the biggest things I noticed. You just kind of get a feel for it. Sometimes you don't even. Sometimes I know just by the feel of how I'm pointing that I know it's going to hit it pretty square. But yeah, I mean, basically, it's all feel and just getting used to it.
Okay.
So let's go back. I know you talked about your story about you getting behind the wheel of a monster truck, but a lot of people may not know you have a background in ATV, not aviation, quad riding, quad racing, ATV racing. And this is the question I talked to you previously. But there's a very, very, very good history of ATV / motocross riders that went to monster trucks and Monster Jam and has been really successful. Obviously in motocross, Damon Bradshaw, quad racing, Dana Creech, Bobby Parr, Blake Ranger, Bailey Shea, even though he raced just a little bit, but he's one of the most badass mechanics in the world, Jeff Sins. I think Chris with that helps out with the Reaper and Jenna, those guys, they were famous for quad wars back in the day. You saw them, PJ Jones and the guy always holding the number one with the quad and being the bad guy. Well, they do that. But anyway, off topic, off the rails. They have been a very successful in the monster truck world. And with your experience in quad racing, I've seen your videos and stuff like that. You picked it up fantastic. You have won a lot of stuff. You're a player. And you're always going to be in the shows. You have driven that truck like Jeremy wanted that truck to be. Don't get me. Paul did the same thing.
Oh,
But they gave you the ball and you're running it.
Yes.
Pretty much. I mean, going from there. So for you doing that, what skills did you bring from the ATV over the monster trucks? And it seems like you guys catch on pretty damn fast for it.
I'm going to go with throttle control. It just felt so natural. It really did. I mean, I'm going to
give an example about throttle control.
So throttle control. I noticed, and I'm not talking, I just noticed some people when they get into the truck the first time, getting from obstacle to obstacle, they're kind of, it takes a minute to get to that point where you're going from obstacle to obstacle with quite some steam.
Like a nice flow.
Yes, exactly. A good flow, exactly. And I always picked up on that. You know what I mean? Momentum was always something that I watched as a kid. You know, someone can go out there and bonsai something, but if someone else has a run that's momentum and it's loud and it's noisy, you're going to attract to that first. And so what I mean by throttle control is I I rarely landed on power when I first started driving. That was one of the things that Ann kind of stressed, and Paul, that they stressed to me that it was probably going to happen. I was probably going to land on power. And the first show I did, never landed on power. And leading up to that, I try to keep that continuing. But it was like I never landed on power. And as far as the truck in the air, I know when I race quads, you know, you get nose high, you get some boner air, you tap the back brakes, it goes down. And, you know, I watched Damian Bradshaw pretty much, you know what I mean, just do that so well. He comes from the motocross background, but, you know, it's the same thing. But that's what it was, man. It was throttle control for me, for sure.
So yeah, because that's one thing. Sorry, Brad. That's one thing I'm kind of a little bit having trouble is the flow. I'm starting to get a nice little flow and whatnot, but like you said, the going the obstacle because I didn't have that history. I mean, the only thing I had history about is racing go-karts in Florida. And half the time I was doing that, I was in a seat that was too big. I had to put pillows, and the helmet was too big, and it was just amateur style. So
you're not on and off at a million. You know what I mean? It's more of a steady throttle type thing. But I get what you're saying.
You know, so I'm slowly learning about that and stuff like that. But the for me, my problem is I really don't have the consistent seat time that I should. I need that steady seat time, which the next couple of weeks is going to be that. But I can't be a better driver if you just sit out for like 6 months and then get back behind the wheel and go from there. I needed some consistency time to get a nice flow and get better. So we'll test that out in the next couple of weeks. But yeah.
And every time you're in that truck, you learn something new. I noticed that no matter what you're doing, you learn something new. And that's one thing that I'll never take to the wayside. And I'll never think that I know everything, because you learn things every day.
Yeah, that truck will let you know.
Exactly. But what was you going to say, Brad?
You know, when you were talking about throttle control, like riding quads and stuff, like I grew up riding quads and snowmobiles like my whole life. And if you landed on the throttle after hitting a jump, something bad was going to happen, even if you're on a sled. You know, and having that throttle control, and even like when you're mentioning, you know, when you're up in the air, you know, tapping the brakes a little bit, you know, giving a little bit of throttle, it'll control how you are in the air. So I can completely understand that mentality, you know, because I remember one of my first times hitting a jump, I crashed pretty damn bad because I didn't let off the throttle. I went nose high, and I was like, oh shit, this is gonna be bad. You know, so when you're riding a quad or a dirt bike or a snowmobile, you learn that air awareness fast. And you look at when Damon Bradshaw came into the industry, he changed the game with that little brake taps in the air. Because
1,000%.
When he was going over a triple in Supercross, if you give it a little brake tap, you're going to land smoother. And he was like, wait a minute, I can bring that to the monster trucks. And it's just that air awareness, and you gain that over time.
Yep. And I remember the one of the shots that stay in my head is Damien at World Finals. I forget which one it was. He went up, hit it, and just brake tapped it perfect. The third member grabbed the hood of the car, ripped the hood of the car off. I'll never forget that. That lives in my mind a long time. And I actually met Damien when I was actually the series administrator for ATV Pro Motocross for 3 years, and also GNCC Racing. And I got to meet Damon a handful of times outside of the monster truck industry. And the guy was awesome. And I even, you know, back then, I didn't have any intentions on driving because I was so involved with the other side of the industry. I would pick his brain about everything, you know what I mean? And that guy was very knowledgeable on just talking to some random stranger. You know what I mean? It's awesome how far they've come.
And I'll say this, since you mentioned GNCC, those guys are nuts. If you've never watched GNCC hair scramble stuff, do it.
Yeah, I did it for quite some years. I originally did the motocross stuff on the quads and ended up going to the woods afterwards. But I was like I said, I was a series administrator for them 2 series and being around all them fast guys. I think that was another thing too that I didn't mention was about the throttle control. Was getting it. I was so used to trying to get to the corner first that I kind of relay that to the monster truck stuff. Like I want to get to that jump first. I want to turn around and get to the second jump. It's even faster.
Yeah.
And I think that's what it relates to, honestly.
It's the drag racing mentality in a way of getting that hole shot. That hole shot is everything.
Yes.
You look at some of the closest races in NHRA, the closest margin of victories. It's because of the hole shot. You look at the race that just happened in Sonoma. So many of those races are won on a hole shot. You know, like within 20, I think I saw a race 20 inches was the margin of victory of Jordan Vandergriff versus Austin Prock, 20 inches, and Jordan won on a hole shot. You know,
that's where that race was won, probably on a line.
Yeah, and it's still at that with monster trucks. You look at back in the Penda series, a lot of those races it's horsepower, but if you're and that's what Fred Schaefer had that drag racing sense in him. He always would be killer on the tree. And Kyle Knickerbocker says World Finals 10 is the jump you're thinking of.
Okay. I knew it was the World Finals. I couldn't remember which one it was, but I got a question for old Cheech here.
Oh,
if you had to choose between the 2 disciplines that we mainly do, would you prefer racing or freestyle?
I'm a racer.
Yes. I don't know what it is, but man, racing is just.
I have learned through Mark and all them that doesn't matter who you're lining up or what type of track, you got to start off hard. That makes and breaks you as a driver.
Yes. Yes.
You know, you can't just ease up around that. You gotta hit the obstacle the way it is, and then you drive accordingly after that.
Yeah.
But at the line, you just gotta hammer down and just go and do the 1-2, or if it's sometimes a track that's a little bit wet, maybe start second gear. But that's one thing I have learned with these trucks is that I gotta start off hard, pretty much the way it goes, and you go from there. And but racing is so for my mindset, wheelies and stuff like that, I when I do wheelies or skills, in my mind I just feel like I'm back in the early 2000s and 90s. I'm like, I just want a nice little sky wheelie or a nice wheelie, like a wheelie and stuff like that. Racing, I'm still learning how to do it and stuff like that. I'm competitive with racing and want to do that in general. So that's my favorite because that's the quickest way for me to learn. That's also, I think, how people respect you, and I think how the peers respect you. But there's another side too, and that's freestyle. I think there's a lot of people, there's a fine line with freestyle where people may think you're too out of control. You may not know what you're doing, but if you treat it like, for me, I treat driving Raminator on a freestyle course is like doing a lot of shock testing. Try to approach the jump this way, approach the jump with the speed, approach the jump, the angle of the ramps, also how the angle the one thing I learned from David Morris, and I was told by the brothers, but learned from David Morris, is the angle of the ramp is the angle of the throttle. And so, if a ramp is like this, your throttle is going to be like this. If the ramp's like that, well, your throttle is going to be like that. And that's what I learned. But I know there's a lot of good trucks that do that really, really good. And I know my position on that. I just like to put a nice, consistent, technical freestyle, but have fun and drive around and just hit, just like a nice little, make my own little course. Then I'm done. But to answer your question, for me personally, I'm a racer.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more, man. I mean, it's the like we at the Roundup tour now. We have them lights that they put in the cabs with us, and I'm telling you, I'm staring a hole through that thing, waiting for that thing to turn green. Like I'm just staring at that thing, waiting it to go, and I've been having a lot of fun with racing, especially with Bad News with Brandon. I've been having a lot of fun racing him, and
I bet you've been learning a lot from him.
Yes, and Brandon's awesome, man. I mean, even everyone at the Roundup tour.
So when you see Pops and Brandon, ask them about Lima 2018. About old teachers waking Pops up at 11 o'clock, telling him that the show's ready to go, and he finds out later from his son that the show started at 2.
All right, I'll ask him. I'll ask him.
He's gonna be like, "Oh, that little teachers."
I was just thinking after you guys were talking about racing, I feel like I'd be opposite if I drove. I'd be freestyle. I would just want to go out there and just do some crazy stupid stuff. Like I like even if I'm playing like rigs or rods or BeamNG or whatever, I'm freestyle. Like I'm like I'd be the type of guy that'd be like, okay, where can I do a slap wheelie? Where can I get vertical? Like I'd probably like love racing, but freestyle to me has always been like just so cool to watch, and I don't know. I'd feel like I'd be more of a freestyle personally than a racer.
I think Cheech made a good point too with the shocks. I mean, that is a good point because I noticed that too when I'm out there. I'm like, well, yeah, I kind of landed soft here, maybe tighten it up a little bit here. I did notice that. That's where I did get a lot of my changes from freestyle. What I knew I needed to change and ride height and pressures and all that stuff. But that was a good point. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, because you can find out quickly that you need a, easy shock change and stuff like that. But also there's a quick way of finding out, we got to take the shock out and probably open it up and see if I have a missing shim or a bent, a bent shock or a
your lower back will let you know very fast what you need to change.
All right.
Yeah.
This is a question for both you guys. Slap wheelies or moonwalks?
I don't do any of those.
But if you had the chance to do, which one would you rather
do?
Popper, okay.
So
be a slap wheelie.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just they're actually gonna let me start doing stoppies. So we talked about it, and Ian and Paul are on board with me doing stoppies and stuff like that. So I'm excited to try them. That light bar up top is pretty expensive, so we don't want to destroy it fast, but they're definitely on board with letting me try them. But man, there's just something about a slap wheelie that just, I mean, a perfect example, Randy Brown and Pure Adrenaline. Daytona.
Yes.
Daytona. I mean, he hits off that van stack, sets that chassis, and just lays into it.
He won that son of a gun. It wasn't just a 2. He hit it and then
grabbed it.
Oh, dude.
And grabbed it. And the true fans will know what I'm talking about.
Oh, yeah.
But that right there is the definition of just man.
Or power
one more thing before we continue on. If anyone saves that audio of me doing the 1-2, find the clip of audio. Pure Adrenaline.
I got you, Cheech. I got you. I got you.
Yeah, that's sick. Yeah. That's sick.
Another one, power wheelies. Atlanta 2000. That's all I got to say.
Yes.
One of the nastiest. And I've had debates with my friends on this because they're like, oh, he didn't have. No, Dennis had that engine tooted up.
Yeah.
That chassis was light and short, but that motor was powerful.
And he still had the back cut Goodyears on it, just letting that thing dig.
Oh, who else did some nasty ones? Blue Thunder did some nasty ones. Cretan did some nasty ones. Didn't Gunslingers? Didn't Scott Hartsock?
Yes.
He pulled some good ones too, didn't he?
Oh, Blue Thunder did a lot of those too.
Oh yeah. And wild hair Jason Whitty, he had a trans brake in that truck.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Which is crazy.
Did you ever watch the footage a couple weeks ago when he tried to go over a bunch of hay bales and he landed on his hood roof?
No.
It was some show like an 02 or something like that, and he came around, and there was a nice setup of hay bales. So it was an
Oh
obstacle
yeah,
in general.
I did see that. I did see that.
It was a legit freestyle obstacle, and he just got caught in the hay bales, and he went bloop, backwards.
The last thing you think is going to upset a truck is some hay bales. But
Yeah. Hey.
you hit them they land the wrong way, and they get underneath that cradle the wrong way. They're going to take you over, I guess.
Yeah, go ask Gene Patterson. You know, the hay bales are Kai Kelly. But you know, I know a couple times Mark has done a power wheelie. Rente has. You know, Eric Tack has.
Kyle Knickerbocker says Devastator from either 04 or 05 Indy.
Yeah,
that's another good one.
Rips the tailgate off.
Yeah.
Yep.
There's just something about just like how they were able to do those back in the day, especially with Cretan, because he had that just insane horsepower running. I think he run either Pontiacs or Oldsmobiles back in the day, and he just the amount of horsepower that truck had, just to be able to I think it was Montreal. He just lifts those front tires up, and he's just like, "Yep, I'm doing this."
Yeah. That's yes.
Like moonwalks and stoppies are cool and all, but there's something about either badass sky wheelie or slap wheelie that just brings out.
It's the power in a slap wheelie. That's what I think it is. I'm not talking about a pop and drop. I'm talking just barely getting them front tires up and then ripping it and just riding that thing out. I mean, there's something about that right there that's.
That's the
like a perfect example is like Avenger 2.
Oh God, Avenger 2. Oh
yes.
I will say this. Bari Musawar, I think it was Salt Lake City one year. He had I think he did a good slap wheelie and a good sky wheelie in a skills attempt, and I'm like, yes, that is some old school badassery. Like that. Okay, if I'm able to strap into a truck, I want to do a sky wheelie and slap wheelie and be like, okay, I'm done. Like I retire.
Or anything with Rente and Bigfoot 14.
Oh, dude. Yes.
Yeah.
Don King barefoot.
Mm.
That yes.
Someone posted a video of Don King doing some wheelies in the snow.
Dude, Don King
snowing.
Don King could slap wheelie inside of a cardboard box, same as Kelvin Raymer with Natural High. That truck could slap wheelie like a mother.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, we used to go to Bloomsburg, man. Like, you know, when we'd go up there all the time with Seesaw and Andy and Ronnie just ripping them slap wheelies one after another. Him and Dave Nolte, Big Dog. Doug Nolte, yeah, man. Them ripping them slap wheelies in them trucks. Oh my goodness.
Just bring slap wheelies back, guys. Like, moonwalks, like I said, moonwalks are cool, but slap wheelies, just bring them back. Like, it's just
backdraft's a little heavy. I don't want to be ripping thirds out just yet, but we'll get there.
Cheech, this weekend, United, you got to try to get a slap wheelie.
Oh, no guarantees.
See, this is what I love about this show is we just nerd out about what we all love, and I just love that.
Oh yeah, don't get me started on Penda.
Oh,
I'll sit there for 3 hours.
Oh, ditto. Let's talk about those RCs behind you. You know, we have a lot of people on here that are involved with RCs.
We're sponsored by J Concepts.
We're sponsored by J Concepts. I have a mini LMT.
Oh, that's awesome.
I got a mini LMT that I've been working on. I need to get some J Concept stuff for it at some point. But talk about some of the stuff you have behind you, because you got some really cool pieces there.
Yeah. Well, what you can't see is a shelf in front of me that has about 13 LMTs on it.
Holy crap!
I love the LMTs. There, you could beat the heck out of them. But I was introduced to the retro class. Matt Stoltz introduced me to the retro class, and I'm telling you right now, man, watching the retro trucks bounce around like they do. I mean, it's something. It really is. I mean,
that is the brand new reactor, guys, from J Concepts. Yeah. Take the body off of Rambo and lift it up a little bit. I know. Previously, the last couple months before we took a break, we talked about the reactor. There's videos and stuff like that. This truck is a building kit, so you have to build it, and I think it's all complete except for the electronics. Motor, ESD,
rims and tires. Rims and tires.
And rims and tires, yeah. But outside of that, you get three different lengths. I think you get the 10.5.
This is the 10.75 right here. And then I have the 13 wheelbase on the shelf. It's still in the box. I haven't had time to build it, but
And I think there's one smaller than that, isn't it?
What's that one called?
I think it's like the 9.5 or 10, something like that.
Yeah, I forget the name of it. I'm sure someone in the comments will correct
going
us.
on to their website right now.
There's one smaller than that. 10's a medium, and then 13's their long wheelbase.
Yeah, but this thing here is absolutely, if you want to get into the retro class, right here is your ticket.
9.997.
9.7. Now it's a nickname for it. I forget the nickname for it.
On the website, they only have the 13 and the 10.75.
Okay. But the way they did this, the steering knuckles, I mean everything. I can't say enough about this thing. I took it out in the driveway and I was like, it doesn't even need rear steer. It turns on a dime, and everything is to the kit spec. It's built how the kit told me to build it, and yeah, it's
Little Lithium was the name of it.
Okay. If you're getting into the retro class, this right here is the way to go.
I still have, me personally, I got a Childers chassis, which they recreated the Sycamore 13-inch wheelbase, and I got that one. But for my no problem, it's the previous J Concepts one. I forget the name of the chassis already. Sorry.
Regulator.
The regulator. Yep.
I
have the regulator. I am going to purchase the reactor, but I'm going to turn that into a sport mod because I know a couple trucks that ran during the 90s being that way. So you in our division over at Off Track, they have their own division for that. It's going to be mixed with the shafty trucks. We still have old school with the clods and stuff like that base, but that because of the geometry and the tuning, that's the reason we put that into the category where it's going to take on the shafties, and you can make that into a sport mod or challenger class.
Oh yeah, dude, the slipper clutch, that right there is, oh my goodness, that is awesome. To be able to adjust separately, oh my goodness.
So what's the Blue Thunder below?
Oh, the Blue Thunder is one of my pro mods.
It's an LMP. Nice Blue Thunder.
That is nice.
Actually, Jordan, who commented in the comments earlier, he actually did this body for me. I did the graphics, and he did the airbrush on it.
You gonna put some flags on it?
I have them. I literally have them down there. I'm gonna get there when I get some time. But yeah, this is the discontinued body. I wish they still made this 08 Super Duty body. I cut the back of the cab off and made it a single cab. I want to do a wrenchhead.com next.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
That looks really good. That reminds you of Lindsay Winks.
Yes, exactly. So, Mike Eaton, if you're listening, I want to get that wrench head body done.
that backdraft behind you is pretty sick, too.
Oh, yes. And then this is the backdraft truck. And this is Ann got me a bobblehead.
That's awesome.
She puts it on the truck, and Paul says if it falls over, I'm driving too hard. So. But the backdraft here is a black market chassis.
Shout out to Jacob Smallwood and all them with black market.
Yep. I actually have another one of his chassis over there. But this is the black market chassis. I bought a brand new LMT 2.0, and I ripped the shocks off it and everything else I needed to build it.
So what is the chassis called for that?
What is it?
Maybe Isaac could help out. Isaac's Isaac, if you're still on, he is a black market
Gladiator chassis, I believe.
Okay.
Yeah. It's Gladiator chassis. I put all the sway bars. I made my own sway bars on it and everything. And a gentleman, oh my goodness, he does the mini jam on YouTube.
Oh, Jalen.
Yes, he did the body for me. Shout out to him. The lights, I don't have anything plugged in right now, but the lights they work.
That's dope.
The light bar works, the back, everything works on it. It's got rear steer. This is kind of just a show truck. This is a shelf queen, but as soon as I got in the backdraft, I was like, I know exactly what I'm doing with my RC trucks, and I've been ending up building this thing, getting this body done on it.
He said it's a Gladiator 2.0.
There we go.
And then
Jordan Jordan did this Eradicator body for me. This is my favorite one from back in the day.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
The purple.
You need to find a Severely Harley Davidson and Buell decal.
Yeah, it's on there.
Oh, it is. Oh,
Yes, it
okay.
is.
Does it have the
Nice.
fat guys can fly? Yeah.
Oh, that's so awesome.
Now
I got a sticker maker, and AI helps me, and I just make my own stickers for these things.
Now, do I spy a sudden impact mini?
You certainly do.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Also, shout out to Isaac. He makes some damn good 3D printed bodies. I have a couple of them for my mini. I just gotta figure out a way to mount my body.
This is my mini mod, if you want to call it. But this is the sudden impact body that I painted and did up for it.
Oh, that's dope.
Mm.
Yeah, I mean, that's when I think of sudden impact. This is the body that I think of. It's always like when you do a build with these things, it's kind of like whatever comes to your mind of when you were a kid and
Wait a minute. What's the story behind that? Is that a Durango Eradicator on the very, very top shelf?
Yes, it is. Oh, this is a funny story, actually. Yeah. So this was, excuse me, this was a hand-painted body by my dad. He hand-painted this. And we took it to Pittsburgh for the pit party. Okay. And it's funny because Matt Stoltz, how I met Matt, is he messaged me and he said, I think I have a picture of when I was a kid standing next to your body, but this was on a T-Max at the time, Nitro stuff. And Matt sent me the picture of this, him standing next to it as a kid, and that's how me and Matt got introduced. And but yeah, my dad hand painted this, and I've had it. I've kept it around forever. I haven't really used. I don't want to destroy it.
Is that a Parma?
Yes. Yes. This was hand painted. I don't know when was Andy running this body, Cheech? 02?
Yeah. 02.
That's how old.
4 he went to purple and pink, purple and orange, I think.
Yeah, but it's got the Pro M. We kept the Pro MT number on there, and
I think that's like 02 or 03.
Yeah, and that's another funny thing. I know this is going all over the place, but
this is this podcast, so we're all good.
Yeah.
Brad, you don't know this, but me, Cheech, and Matt Stoltz sat at the same section of the Three Rivers Stadium in 1996 and didn't even know it.
That is awesome.
97 actually. The Steel City Monster Jam. Yep.
97.
That's
the
cool.
ESPN was there. Yeah, I mean,
they were filming. They were filming Pieces of Domination there too. That's when Dennis scattered the trans, I think.
Yep. And did not know that we had so many people. Chris was there too. I forget his last name. Starts with a V. There was a lot of people that I would know later on in life that was at that event.
It's cool.
Wild, isn't it?
Yeah. So even crazier, the event this year at Heinz, I still call it Heinz. I don't care.
Yeah.
Fisher or whatever.
That's right.
I still call it Heinz. When that show was happening, that was June 21st.
No way.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
That show in 1997, June 21st.
Which would have been 33 years?
Yeah.
Or
31.
Yeah. 31. Wow.
That's insane.
My goodness.
The weird connections.
Like
that's insane.
That's another thing too. It'll never be Acrisure Stadium in my mind. It's always Heinz Field.
Yeah. Yeah.
How did I want to ask you, how are those J Concepts bodies for your mini?
So the minis are the Pro Line Brunt bodies.
Okay, because I need to try to figure out how to mount my bodies I got from Isaac once I get them all painted and decked up. I got two.
Is the whole bed missing?
I don't remember. It's been a while since I messed with it. I have 2 of his 90s S10 bodies. One's gonna be Sobe, and the other one's gonna be
nice.
Destroyer.
Nice. I think J Concepts makes a body mounting kit for these. This is actually what this is. But I could shoot you some pics, Brad.
Yeah.
I'll send you how I mounted it, and you could figure,
And then
however you want.
I do like that Thunder National scheme, Black Stallion.
Well,
I know.
Oh, I mean, come on. I mean,
Oh,
that's
yeah.
I'll take credit for this one, Jordan. He's probably listening, but I hand painted this one. I was pretty pumped on how it turned out. I got that pink just right. So
I see you though. I see you making a Black Stallion 2000.
oh yeah, that'd be cool.
That's cool. Have you ever been to Votter's shop yet?
No, I have not.
One section of his shop has the whole body of Black Stallion 2000 on the roof.
Oh man, that's a lot of lines.
Yeah.
That's a lot of lines to paint.
But that body's hanging upside down, and it's on the corner area of his shop, and it goes right there. Yep, it's full.
That's why I got it. When we were at Bloomsburg and Vaughters went backwards over that deal, blew the tires off and everything else, and that was impressive. And it's funny, I actually showed Mike. Mike did a show around here. It was in Westmoreland County at the Westmoreland Fairgrounds, and I showed Mike a picture that my parents took of they were ripping the truck apart, trying to fix it for the next show. And Mike goes, "That's actually Tim Mente. The first time he came and helped me was that weekend. That was awesome. I didn't know that. You know what I mean? That was the first time Tim had helped Mike that weekend. So that was a little bit of history.
Crazy.
Yeah, it's wild.
I still remember meeting Tim randomly when I went out to Pennsylvania to Xander 2 flew me out because I did a bunch of stuff for Renegade and his team. He flew me out, and I was at Abbottstown, Pennsylvania, Lincoln Speedway. And I'm just chilling there, and all of a sudden I look over and see this guy smoking cigarettes. I'm like, holy shit, that's Tim Mente. What? You know? It's like just like the random like occurrences meeting certain people that you wouldn't expect to meet at shows.
Exactly. Yeah, I met Tim a few times when he did the Pittsburgh show a few times. I met him down there, and I deal with CJ at the roundups, the roundup shows every weekend.
Yeah, I heard he's helping out on that.
Yeah, he's been there, and he's the floor guy, and also with Ted. Ted is their main floor guy, but CJ helps in the pits, getting us back in and everything, and helping them, giving them a hand. It's nice. It's nice seeing. It's the first time I really got to meet CJ was this year, and he's a good dude. He's a good dude. I like having him around.
Man, that's so awesome. And CJ, his truck's running pretty good right now with Steve Thompson behind the wheel.
Yeah, I met him a few times. Awesome guy too. Yep.
It seems
everyone in the industry's awesome. I mean, I haven't met someone that I was like, yeah, But I mean, everyone in the industry, it's so far has been great, and it seems to be holding that good old boy heritage. That's what I like about it. And everyone's there to help everybody out. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And I know they blew a trans in the Shark down in Texas, and I helped Gary swap that trans. You know, I didn't even think twice about it. You know what I mean? Because I'd hoped that someone would do that for me. You know what I mean? Down the road. And I remember that Pittsburgh Cheech, you at the Speedway, the dry shaft. Yep.
When the dry shaft slinged out, and you and Bucket stepped in, and man, I had the fastest lap on that qualifying, and I knew something was up, but I knew it was too late. I was like, I'll just get to the line, and then
it was hot. It was hot that day too, man. I was like, just get up in the truck, get strapped in, we'll get you fixed. It was hot that day, and that was before I ever got into a fire suit. And looking back on that day, Bud, you're probably dying in that thing.
I was roasted, and at the end of that show, I finally got myself a air thing for my helmet. And
you used it in Bloomsburg. I remember using it in Bloomsburg.
Yep. And then once again, that I, with the help that you had at Pittsburgh, we called you up and got you. You helped out for Bloomsburg too. And another thing is the wrenching part. People don't realize how big that is to know about the behind the scenes and fixing the truck and stuff like that. You were a big help for us at Bloomsburg last year, working on, you were pretty much my crew guy for Hotsy in that show, which I was a learning experience for me for that show too. It was one of those shows, even though we did Pittsburgh, I was learning more flow wise and stuff like that, and I was holding my own. And
you did just fine. You did fine.
yeah, but still, working with the Hall brothers and picking the brains of Mark and Tim Hall, which is another group that is monster truck royalty, if you may say. And but still, that catching their eye on you working and doing stuff behind the scenes and knowing about the trucks, that's pretty important.
You get a compliment from the Hall brothers, you know you're doing something half decent. And when I talk to Tim, I mean, that guy's a genius. I mean, that guy right there, it's like when you're talking to him, you're like, I'm not nowhere near on the same level as this gentleman. Like, I mean, he's just, the knowledge that him and Mark have are amazing. And to help you guys that weekend, that was awesome. It was a big learning curve for me. I liked it because it was on different trucks. You know what I mean? You get your feet wet with different trucks. It kind of makes you like a Swiss Army knife, so to speak. You know what I mean? You get familiarized with different teams and everything else. You kind of come adapted to everything. But the wrenching is huge, like you said. I mean, people don't, and I say this lightly because people don't see, they see the the monster trucks. They see that, but they don't see you swapping a motor in the middle of the week, or whatever you're doing, and
or not blowing the truck before the show.
We're turning wrenches. The whole team, Paul and Tommy, everyone's turning wrenches on them things until it's time to fire and go to the show. You know what I mean? And I got to give Ann and Paul credit for that. I mean, when I'm going to the show in the weekends, I drive up like we got a show this weekend. I'm going to drive up Thursday and go.
Where at? Where's the show at this weekend?
So we have for the Brockmans, the Roundup tour. It's going to be in Wall Stadium in New Jersey.
Oh,
okay,
sweet.
Yeah, right. And we got to tire down. We got to tire down Friday night and drive to Elmira, New York, for Dylan Finley on Saturday.
That's near Syracuse, isn't it?
What's that?
Isn't that near Syracuse? Elmira, New York.
I haven't really looked at where it is.
New York type deal.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, but
the reason why I knew about that is there's a very, very popular air show there that me and my dad always went to. So that town is very familiar.
Okay, but like I said, I mean, no one you guys at the shop. It's Champaign. I mean, you guys working throughout the week, and same with Paul and Ann. I mean, they're busting their butts making sure that thing's right and tight for us when we go to perform. And it's a lot, man. It's a lot. It ain't in the words of the mustache, it ain't Disneyland out there. You know what I mean? So
that's why
the nut and bolting, the prepping is just crazy.
I mean, yeah.
That's like when I go to shows, I'd rather help out because the times where I've gotten a wrench on trucks, I love that. I remember I did a show here where I live in Grand Prairie, Alberta, and it was Matt Brokaw in one Cretan truck, and it was Darren Miguez in the other. And I swear to God, we had to rebuild a set of shocks before every show. I think we had to change like maybe one or two sway bars, starter. Like, I love doing that whenever I get the chance because it doesn't happen often, but that gives me a respect for you guys that are doing it week in and week out during the weekends and stuff. It gives me such a respect for you guys for what you guys do.
Yeah, man. It's like I said, it ain't like I watch Kohler's guys. I mean, them guys are slinging some wrenches. You know what I mean? I mean, them guys are awesome at what they do. I mean, everybody in the industry is great. This ain't for everybody. You know what I mean? And like I said, everyone sees the ooh and the awe of it, but no one sees, you know what I mean, what else goes into it.
Yeah.
But
Cheech, you're muted. Can't hear you. Oh, your camera just...
Yep. There we go.
Hello.
Yeah, we can hear you.
There you go.
Okay.
All right.
Got fixed. All right, there we go. Problem solved.
Hey, who'd you say is going to be at Connersville?
To be
Cliff,
us two,
you
Cliff,
two,
and then Chris and Joe Foley, Chris Kohler and Joe Foley.
oh, okay, cool.
Oh, the Joe Foley experience.
Yeah, we're gonna have Joe Foley.
yes.
Well, I'll have Joe Foley experience at West Slab and at, by the way, Ryan said you have to come to West Slab.
I know he's been. I know. We got a show that weekend. Yeah, when is it?
July 31st, August 1st.
Yeah, I think I have something going on.
Friday and Saturday.
Yeah, he's been trying to get me. He tried to get me to come to the last one, old Ryan.
Hopefully, Ryan, you can book them next year. Book.
That's what I mean. I told him. I want to get the Connersville show for next year.
Mm-hmm.
I got to talk to Dill about that one. I mean, it'd be nice, performing 20 minutes from the house.
The hometown show, pretty much.
Oh my goodness, I was going there. I got a picture of me sitting on Virginia Giants tire, Dill's tire when I was, 3 years old. You know what I mean? And we've been going there. Oh man, forever.
Cool.
But I am doing the Washington County Fair. It's
lucky.
August.
I am so jealous.
Why is that?
That's my home. That was pretty much my hometown. I mean, yeah, Willing and Washington. Yeah, I did.
I'll trade you.
I wish. But when is that date?
August 20th during the week, I believe.
I will be I'll be racing in Wisconsin for the All-Star Monster Truck Tour.
Wisconsin.
Lancaster, Wisconsin.
But yeah, I'm super pumped to do that one. If that's the closest one I can get, I'll take it. But
yeah, that's a nice pulling track.
Yeah, I've never been there to watch the monster truck, so I'm curious to see how it goes.
I'll send you some video.
Okay, cool. But I hopefully I can get the Connersville show next year. That'd be awesome, man.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody I know goes, and it'd be cool to get.
Would you rather do the Westmoreland?
Compared to what?
Well, I mean, as one of your.
Oh yeah! Oh my goodness! Yes! Oh my goodness! It's a pretty decent floor too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for sure. All the anything that's close like that, but man, the Fayette County one, it's just like, I raced quads when I was doing that stuff up there, and everybody is there. You know what I mean? So maybe one day, it'd be pretty nice to do it.
You never know, right? You never
know.
Yeah.
Exactly. Never say never.
But hey, man. So like you said, your next two shows are in the kind of the New York, New Jersey area. What social media people can follow you at?
Oh yeah, so you could. I share a lot of our stuff, so you could check me out on Facebook, or Instagram, jperks54. And then you could also check out the Xtreme Monster Sports Facebook page. We're on all the platforms. Our schedules are on there, and we try to post as much as we can. But I mean, you guys know, just well, everybody else, it gets busy at times. But we try to post as much as we can. But Xtreme Monster Sports is going to be your best bet if you want to find any information about us or the truck.
Ryan is saying that you're a never lift OG.
I am a never lift OG.
Oh, okay.
I can't. I don't know if I'm allowed to say that, but I am. He knows I am. He knows I am.
Man,
I miss them guys. I miss going up there and yeah, them guys are always a good time.
That's awesome. Those are good guys. They a lot. Ryan and his buddy I'm screwing up his name. Anyway, they came to my car crush. Hans, yeah. They came to my car crush all the time when I do a car crush up there in Albany. They support anyone in the monster truck world, and those guys are freaking awesome. And same thing with Kevin, Chris, and all those guys. They're starting to become a crew, and all that jazz. So, we're all in one. You're part of it too. We always call ourselves the PA Monster Truck Posse. So
that's right.
Even though I'm from West Virginia, but I'm not that far away.
You're close enough. I was just in Morgantown yesterday. It takes me 15 minutes to get there.
Yeah, you got the Morgantown. You drove by and got drunk at the same time. You didn't even know about it.
Exactly.
When you get through Morgantown, before you're intoxicated, you're already blowing like a 2.0 in Morgantown. You breathe and you're already drunk. Somehow, in the back of your pickup truck, your F-150, you also have a couch, and you didn't even know how the hell did that thing get in there. Someone tossed it there for you.
It's not even on fire yet.
Yeah, not even fun. But you knew the job routine. You knew exactly what you needed to do.
Yep.
Blare country roads and burn that couch down.
Damn.
That's a dream of mine too. Is if I can get a win somewhere in the state of West Virginia and just blare country roads, I'd be in heaven.
Oh my goodness! I know. I drop the yins. When I say yins, I know Brad probably has no idea what I'm talking about.
No, I do. I
go to Mount Washington.
Dude, I'm down in I go to Texas and I drop the yins, and the dude looks right at me. He goes, "You're from Pittsburgh, aren't you?" I'm like, is it that bad? Is it that bad?
You do have some Pittsburghnese accent there, Justin. It comes out a little bit, yeah.
The Pennsyltucky?
Yeah.
The Pennsyltucky?
I call it the Pittsburghnese.
Hey, dude, it definitely shows. It comes out hard, too.
Everywhere has their accent. Alberta has its own accent. You know, we're just gonna go for a rip.
You guys in Canada have an accent, but you guys have an accent with that accent.
Yes,
okay.
like Anne's from Canada, and I'm like, I start saying some of the stuff that she says. I say, all the time now. It's like, they'll say something.
What part of Canada is she from? That's a telltale, because if you're from the East Coast, if you ever find yourself in the presence of a drunk newfie, you're not going to understand a damn word they say, because it's going to sound like they have a peanut butter in their mouth, and you're not going to be able to understand. But Alberta, we just have our own accent, but just going to go down for a rip, going to go down to the corner store, get a 2-4, a pack of darts, hey, bud.
Yeah,
I think it's the O. I think you drag the O.
Yeah, sometimes.
Yeah.
Is that what?
Like
the O's.
Yeah.
Like over in Pittsburgh, like he's talking about going down to Mount Washington, then get my disability check and go down the pants and that.
Yeah, get some Panay by Sandwich.
Yeah.
Take it down to the house.
The Steelers, play against the Packers. Then you go, and you better wash your hands and
gonna go down to Primani Bras.
Yeah, let's go Pomani Brothers. Then afterwards, we go see some Donnie Ayers.
Yes, dude. I love it. I love the reference.
The Canadian version, hey, let's go down to Timmy's. Go rip a double-double.
Yeah,
people are probably thinking, what are they talking about right now?
Yeah, why did
like outside of Pittsburgh?
Yeah.
It always runs off the rail near the end, trust me.
Yeah. I figured that's all right. I had a blast, man. I had a blast. Thank you guys for having me.
You're welcome. My favorite lines when the little brother goes, Jimmy's being a jag-off. I say jag-off all the time, and people look at me like, what are you talking? That guy's a jag-off.
Dude, I was going to call one of the RC trucks a jag-off, but I didn't want Matt to be saying, oh, Perkins and the jag-off. You know what I
mean? Perkins being a jag-off over here, driving jag-off and winning all the time. Yeah. Man, if you want a quick Pittsburghnese learning teaching about how locals talk, just go to 102.5 WDVE and watch the morning show. All right, listen to the morning show.
DVE rocks.
Yeah, Pittsburgh.
Dude.
When I drive by, I don't even care if I'm there for 15 minutes or 20 minutes or have a show. My radio, my rig goes straight to 102.5. Doesn't matter. And then occasionally I may go to. Does Mark Madden still rock the X?
I don't know.
Round 3.
I don't know.
2-3 o'clock.
I don't know if he does or not. I'm too busy listening to Michelle Michaels' Electric Lunch. You know what I'm saying?
I always try to call in, and when I get call in, I always ask for the AC/DC song, "The Jack."
Dude.
Because it's like a nice hit, and she cranks up some of those people. It's funny because in the summertime, all the callers are guys that are roofing, and they have time during lunch, and they call like
everyone's roofing. Everyone's slinging shingles around.
Yeah, and they're trying to hurry up, and during their lunchtime after slinging shingles, they're trying to get their favorite song on Michelle's lunch hour, and it's like, I do. I'm not gonna lie, Justin. I get a little homesick after a while. Like and I come home during Thanksgiving and Christmas. Andy hangs out with me. I go see Chris, and
Yep.
we hang out at Moon Township, go Permane Brothers or Pepe's, and if people don't know what Pepe is a very good Philly cheesesteaks hoagie shop. And just reflect, and then I try to forget monster trucks for a little bit.
I know, man. Sometimes it's hard, doing what we do, to slow down and just take a breath. But man, when you do, and the biggest thing I could say too, before we go off too far, but is like these kids that watch and do all this stuff, man. Don't ever let anybody tell you that you can't. You know what I mean? Like, don't ever if you want to do something, just do it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And we get so worked up and so caught up in this show, that show, and you sometimes you got to just break it down, man, and just go back and tell your 5-year-old self, would he believe you if you told him? You know what I mean?
What keeps me going, Justin, is you said to yourself, what would 5 years ago, Justin, be like looking at today?
That's what I'm saying.
That keeps on motivating. When you have friends like yourself and Kevin and Chris and Andy, the PA people that hang out with me, and you guys just keep on telling me, you keep on going, you keep on doing your thing, just keep on keeping on, and that helps me out in life, just to keep on going. My parents do the same exact thing. There's times where it's like I need to slow down, but then the motivation that you guys give me, I'm gonna keep it 100. It's just like I'm enjoying what I'm doing, and I have people watching what I'm doing, and they're enjoying what I'm doing also. And I'm the same thing. I watch I watch what you're doing. I root for you big time. You know what I mean? And you keep on going with Backdraft, and I root for Brandon, because Brandon helped me out when I was in the industry as a young, greenhorn, let's just say.
Yeah.
And Kyle and JR and all those people, but the people that were there when no one knew my name. You know what I mean? And,
exactly.
And I still.
You don't forget where you came from, and I'm the same way, man. It feels like if I slow down, it feels like I'm going to go insane, man. So going 100 miles an hour all the time, having a full-time job, and then doing the monster stuff, and I don't know, man. It feels like if I'm slowing down, it feels like I'm going to die. It really does.
Yeah. It's the same as that, and it's just but then again, it's good to go on like Mount Washington and taking a look at downtown Pittsburgh.
Go down to the point and just watch that water.
Yeah, that, or back home in West Virginia, I'll go to the pier and watch that. Or when I hang out with Chris and Chrissy, we'll go to the Moon Airport and Wayne's World it. Just hanging out in like the front of the car and just see the airplanes landing in the Pittsburgh International Airport right there next to the lighting of Moon Township. The simple stuff just brings me.
How far are you from me? Like in West Virginia?
I am about an hour and some change away from you.
Oh, well.
I'm about 20 minutes from Washington. I'm about 45 minutes from downtown Pittsburgh. I'm 30 minutes from Moon. I'm about 45 minutes from Kevin in Beaver County. So, and I'm like right off of, I'm on Route 2. If you go from Washington I'd be on Route 27 in Washington. Just hit west that way. You'll hit that route.
Yeah.
So I would go technically. There's two ways I can go. I can go on 70 to 79.
Over the 2. Yeah.
To go to Uniontown, or I'll continue on 70 and then hit 76. 67, 76.
That's the turnpike.
The turnpike, yep.
Yeah.
I can hit that route. I'll probably hit that route when, well, if I'm gonna hit that route anyway because I'll be going from West Lebanon, so I'll probably hit 81 down
Yeah,
to
80.
$76.
Yep, and then straight. Yep, over to 119.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And then
What day you gonna be there?
I gotta
What?
talk to Cliff about when when Deal gives the okay, if we could be there Tuesday or Wednesday.
Okay. Yeah, let me know.
Okay. It will maybe be there Tuesday night or Wednesday morning. So Cliff will let me know at West Lab when it's okay.
There's a Permane Brothers in Uniontown, bud. We get Permane by sandwich.
I'll get the second best selling thing. If anyone knows what the best selling thing is, it's a liquid beverage. It's beer.
Yeah.
The second thing is a Pittsburgher. Oh, I
Yeah.
wouldn't mind having myself a Pittsburgher. Oh man, if I find out what's going on, I'll let you know, and I definitely gonna try to hit up, some Pamanis.
Yeah, we'll figure it out, but we'll have a good time.
Always. I know. I think Chris is gonna be there, and I think Kevin's gonna be there too.
Cool.
And then I'll go further east to Carlisle. So go from there. But man, once again, thank you to J Concepts. I think right now I'm trying to get Joe Foley on next week, and we'll talk about West Lebanon. If not, I'll get someone else. But he hasn't answered me back. But I messaged him about maybe talking about West Leb for the week week coming up. So we may have Joe Foley on next week. But Justin, it was awesome to have you on. Thank you for being on and everything like that. It was good talk. It was a good episode.
Yeah.
Thank you, Brad. Good meeting you.
Yes.
Thanks for having me.
Always, man. And I hope to meet you in person. And guys, I haven't said this in a while, but check up on your friends and family. Mental health is a very important thing.
Here's a serious note. I know you're talking about go ahead and finish up, but there's a topic that I would like to talk about, which is involving what you said about friends and checking up on them. I'm just gonna do it now. A good friend of mine that I knew from high school. His name is John Stewart. I knew him in high school. We played Madden, Gran Turismo. He got me into some of the music that I listen to today. A lot of the what the kids say, divorced dad music. Screw those kids. Anyway, the Nickelback and Shine Down and all that stuff. I love listening to that stuff.
Oh yeah.
But he passed away. They actually the week of Bloomsburg. Actually found his body. They think he John Doe'd, meaning they didn't find it until they think he passed away beforehand. And that was I guess planned. But my point is it was the opposite spectrum. I didn't have a chance to talk to him. I normally would see him when I was off and stuff like that, but I didn't call him. I knew he was out of a relationship. I knew he had a battle with alcoholism, and I didn't get the chance to call him. I didn't get to check up on him, and then find out the week of Bloomsbury that his funeral information was on, and we're having some troubles with people in my schooling after my graduation or before my graduation. They're dropping off like flies, and it's becoming a hard reality check for me, knowing that people that I grew up with are going to crossing Rainbow Bridge and heading over to another situation, you know what I mean? And I started calling my friends and stuff like that, anyone, checking up on them and stuff like that. But Brad, you're right. I know I can't control it, but that was for me a missed opportunity to check up on someone that I should have done.
Yeah, and you know what? Like, as someone that has, attempted to take my own life, it's a hard thing, to go through that depression. And I wish that you could rewind that time, Cheech, you know. But you just got to go on from there and try your best you can to keep doing that with your current friends, you know.
Well, the best thing I could do is just remember I played some Madden.
Yep.
Played some, played as the Pittsburgh Steelers, taking on the New England Patriots, kicking the New England's butt, watching the Heinz bottles go near the Heinz red zone. He always liked that stuff, and then cranking some good Charlotte, some 41, anti-flag, and playing that type of music, just honoring him and everything like that.
Remembering all the good stuff.
Yeah.
Remembering all the good stuff.
Yeah, and remembering all the good stuff. That was him. And I even tried, I think, a couple days ago, I tried to pull all-nighter. Couldn't last past 11. But that was one thing me and him did, was play video games all night until the sun comes up. And I was trying to play video games on my computer, and the next thing I remember is I'm gonna have a drool on my table, and my face is all red on my left side, and I'm like wiping, and I was like, God dang, I didn't make it. And then grabbed a coffee and went on my very day. But it was just the small things. The small things I was just trying to remember of what me and him did, and I will never regret that. I feel like I regret not checking up on him, but life always has that way where if you're really good friends with someone, there's going to be a time, and there doesn't have to be a fight. It's just naturally life of what you do is, will split.
Yep.
And, and it's not your fault. It's not his fault. It's just naturally.
It's life.
The way it goes. Yeah.
It's life.
And you take your own course, he takes his own course, and go from there. But the best thing I could have done is the best thing I did is what I did.
Yep.
Just remember him, play the music, and then play video games, and then that's the best way. But I'll see him in the next time. So
yep.
Like Shinedown always says, it's not goodbye, it's see you later. And I'll see him around.
Exactly. And that's why I'm always going to preach mental health. I don't care if people get tired of it, because it's something that has affected my life, and it's affected your life, Cheech, with your friend passing. And, it's something that we need to be more transparent about. I'm transparent about my struggles and what I've gone through in my life. I talked about it when I was on Roller's show a couple months ago, and my journey in life. And, I want to.
Speaking about him, we need to get him on.
Yes, yeah, that's going to happen. I'm going to message him this week and get him on. But again, guys, like we said, check up on your friends and family. Mental health is a very serious problem in this world, and if you can make somebody smile, and laugh and forget about their problems, do it. Go to a monster truck show. That's one of my favorite ways to get my mental health better, is go to a monster truck show. Or my wife will get annoyed with me how much I watch old school monster trucks on TV, but it puts me in a better mood if I'm feeling down.
Oh yeah.
And every time I was down, I would turn on some old Penda stuff.
Exactly.
I'm telling you.
I'll do that.
There's a sign every day I pass it on the way to work. It says, it's this big billboard. It says, of all the things you can be in life, be kind.
Yep.
And because you don't know what the next person's going through, man. You know what I mean? I mean, everyone, you got bills and everything else, but someone has it worse than you, and you don't know that your impact on that person that day might change their life.
Exactly.
I always tell people that when we perform, and Justin understands that, we take someone's life that's having trouble and we try to erase that for them for at least 2 hours.
Yep. Exactly.
And then maybe an extra 2 hours after that, after signing autographs, they'll talk about it. The kids will be nonstop thinking about, oh man, that Backdraft and Raminator final was freaking awesome, and Backdraft the lights and stuff like that. And the dad's like, man, I own a Ram. I like Raminator and stuff like that. And the little kid's like, Backdraft, or something like that nature.
That's moments that'll live with them forever. My first memory of this was standing in the autograph line trying to get Gary Porter's autograph, and the only thing he could talk about was how bad he wanted a cold Mountain Dew. And my mom went over to the concession stand and got Gary Porter a Mountain Dew and gave it to him. And I got a picture of me handing it to him. And that's like one of the, I mean, I know it doesn't seem like it was that important, but to a 5-year-old kid giving like one of his favorite monster truck drivers a cold Mountain Dew, it'll live with you forever. And I think about that stuff all the time when I'm signing autographs or they come over to us, you know what I mean? Cheech, I mean, you know, they come over to us and it's like, man, I might have made an impact on that kid. You know what I mean? So I don't know.
I've kind of gotten to experience that. I did a drum demo at my wife's school for her class, and a bunch of like kids wanted my autograph afterwards, and it was the first time I've ever signed an autograph. And it made me feel so awesome. I'm like, yeah, maybe these kids might take up drumming. I don't know.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. You don't know what impact you made on somebody, and yeah. I mean, you don't know.
Yeah, and like I said, we're always going to preach that here on this podcast and be a light for people and be a light in this industry, because that's what I want to do. I want to make people happy, you know. Even if I'm feeling super terrible inside, even if I'm feeling super depressed myself, I want to make other people happy, because that'll make me feel better. You know.
Exactly. You guys are doing a great job. You guys, I listen. Believe me, I listen to you guys.
Thank you.
You're doing a good job.
I never thought all those years ago working at Party City and thinking of this idea, it would turn into this. And thank you to Cheech for, you know, sticking with me all these years, because there was times where, you know,
I don't know how many times that guy put a gun on me.
Yeah.
I know. I could see it in his eyes.
Yeah. But guys, hopefully you guys enjoyed the new format, the new look. You'll see a really cool exit.
Feedback, please. Feedback.
Please tell us what we can do better. You'll see a cool little ending screen that'll be coming up here, guys. But Cheech said next week he's going to try to get Joe Foley on.
We're going to get the Foley experience hopefully next Tuesday.
Oh, hell yeah. And guys, go check out this weekend. Cheech is going to be in LaSalle, Illinois for the Outlaw Monster Truck Drags. Competing there with Hall Brothers Racing. And Justin, you are where again this weekend?
New Jersey.
Wall Stadium for Monster Truck Roundup, and then I got a Dylan Finley show in New York on Saturday.
Well, guys, go check those out, and go check out all the social media. Go check out Cheech's videos on his YouTube channel, his vlog stuff. Check out those awesome thumbnails as well. Pretty cool guy's been working on that. And guys, I know we haven't said this in a long time, and I'm excited to keep the One more thing.
Animals too. You know, if you see them outside and stuff like that, we always talk about. And if you're looking at getting yourself a dog or cat, go to your local shelter.
Yep.
Rescue is very, very important. You know, I understand people breed and, you know, get that side of it. But there's a dog that's right now, you know, already taken care of, shots and everything like that, that would be a wonderful home. We have a cat that they told us was the most dangerous cat in Champaign. Bull. That cat is the nicest son of a gun you're ever going to meet. And he never leaves my side now at the shop.
Good shop cat.
Huh?
Good shop cat.
Yep, the shop cat. Yep, we got a shop cat, and that cat does not leave me alone. When number 9's at the building, he sleeps in my chair and my driving chair, and he just hangs out there. But you know, I don't even know. I just call him Buddy. Everyone calls him Rebel or something else. I just call him Buddy, and he just follows me and wonders what I'm doing and whatnot. So I'm okay with that. So once again, guys, that's what I'm trying to say is just help support that community. And if you're wanting an animal, just go there. And there's a lot of loving animals there that need some loving. So yeah, a lot of puppers, a lot of kittens. So enough for the PSA and the sob story. We had a good episode here today. Yep. And thank you, Justin, for what you do. And see you in the next couple weeks.
Yep, sounds good. Look forward to it, buddy. Thank you guys for having me.
County Fair.
Yes, sir. There's a guy that sells Buccaneer. It's a corn on the cob. He called Buccaneer. It's a Buccaneer. You'll hear him screaming all the way back in the pits, bud.
Yes. Yes. Last time I was at the Fayette County Fair, I was helping with R.B. Moeller and the West Virginia Mountaineer and his girlfriend at the time, Chrissy, with the XXX Monster Truck. Man. Back in like 2013-14, I think.
Man, I look forward to it. Look forward to seeing you, bud. It's been a minute.
Yes, indeed. It gives me good reflection time because back then all I paid was got paid for T-shirts and that's about it. I remember getting a John Zimmer version of Excalibur. Remember when Arby and Zimmer was touring with each other and with the Mountaineer and Excalibur, and I got an Excalibur T-shirt that came with it. So I'm excited about the Fayette County Fair, and I'm excited about West Lub too. That's one of the tracks I want to mark off on my list, and then Connorsville, Carlisle. I'm just ready to hear Deal Wilson as a event director telling me, just go on the cars. Do not jump over them. Not do anything crazy. Just go on the cars. I'm ready for that. But go ahead, Brad. Finish her off.
All right, guys. Until next week, and we have said this for well over 10 years, keep the rubber side down and the shiny side up, everybody. Peace. Oh, I gotta shut down. Hold on. I gotta change the scene first. Oh, there we go.